In the Malay language we all speak, the word sama means the same. Sama-sama means welcome. But if you're a Malaysian, the word sama-sama can also mean same. Hi, my name is Kyle Lowe and I'm the author of the project Sama-Sama, a Malaysian portraiture. This project is about a series of 6 portraits that features everyday or anyday Malaysian donned by subjects or themes that we can all relate to. Now, what are these things? If the first thing you thought about is Malaysian food, then we are going to the right direction here. What inspires this project is actually due to a conversation that I had with another fellow Malaysian. And during that conversation, he kind of told me that, you know, we Malaysians these days, our favorite thing right now is to be cynical. What is cynical? Cynical is when we scoff at our own local politics. When another plane goes missing, then we shake our heads in disapproval. When our KL roads are flooding again, then we like say, you know, it's the KL streets. So everything around that is so negative, and he said he wanted to see more positive things in that. Now, what he said was pretty true, and I wanted to do something about that. And that is when I start thinking about, you know, what really unites us Malaysians together. Making the project come to life is a different process on its own. Suggesting it to become a photography project of, you know, wearing all these subjects and themes is an easy thing to say. But I've looked at one ad that someone did that really struck a chord, is that the person used food, pasta and sauce and all the other sausages and stuff like that, and put it on the model's head. It looked really visually interesting. So what happened was, I thought, why don't we Malaysians have that? To make it into a series, I slowly incorporated that idea from that beginning to other things as well, like flowers, fruits, slangs, animals, as well as sports, all the things that we can all celebrate about. So, after rooting down with the idea, I had to propose a list of items that I need to get for the shoot I have in mind. After designing how it will visually look like and everything is fine, I have to find the items that will piece together for final image. And looking for these objects is another challenge on its own, because you had to travel to some far places to get some of these things. And some of these objects or some of these items, they don't exist during that season. When I do find all these items and I piece them all up together, then the real challenge really starts. I get my assistants, I get my models, get them into a studio, and then what? How do I put all these objects onto the model? Sometimes him, sometimes her, and it's really much of a puzzle. Do we string them? Do we string the fruits? Do we puncture holes onto these things? Do we tape feathers on? There's so many possibilities, and we most of the time go through these things through trial and error, which I think is actually fine to experiment on the possibilities of how to make things work. Now, once we do nail it down, we still find it's really hard to make things stay on the model. And it's because of these patient people, my assistants, my models, makeup artists. It's really them that I really have to appreciate. That they are the ones that pull off all these tricks and make these images come to life. Now, this project had lasted for about 3 months. It took me about 1 month to prepare and 2 months to actually piece up everything together and have it executed. In terms of effort, I felt that not only money was involved. Yes, I used quite a bit of money just to get things acquired here and there, but it also required me to be very resourceful, to pull strings from here and there, to have friends help me, to find out where I can get all these items. It requires time, and I felt that time was really what was put into this, a lot of it. After a few sessions, I started to realize the images that I produced, they started to resemble indigenous people from different tribes. And it's not necessarily a bad thing either, because it has that Malaysian vibe to it. Whenever you go to a parade and you see all these Indian, Chinese, Malay, Kadazan, Iban people, they wear their own traditional outfits. You really have that kind of, impression that, hey, this feels Malaysia, truly Asia. And even though that they have their own distinct look, I felt that all these people coming in together and form this beautiful place called Malaysia is really something of a happy coincidence in my project.